Hello, everybody. I'm Andy McDaniel, and welcome back to Critical Point. And last time, we made it to ending number 2, which ended with us being dead after banging the shit out of Rico a couple of times. So now, we're gonna gather ourselves together and head towards ending number 3. And I think the first several few choices are going to be the same as ending number 1. Let me just confirm this here. Yep, the first 9 decisions will be the same as the first ending. So I'm gonna be skipping ahead. I'll still come back and show you which choices I'm making and all of that. But for starters, oh my god, it's always so damn loud. Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the first choice, and we are going to leave it up to the base guidance system. So there we go. And now I will be right back when we get to the second choice. Alright, here is the second choice, and we'd better go see the base commander and report in. Be right back. Alright, third choice, and we are going to CIC. Alright, next choice, and we are going to say, aren't those 4 feeling well? Now, be right back. Alright, now we will remain here. Alright, here we go, and now we are going to not need anything right now. And be right back. Alright, next choice, and we are going to wait here a little while longer. Alright, next choice, and we are going to think about what to do. And we're almost caught up. We got one more choice, and then we'll hopefully be heading towards new material. So, be right back. Alright, the last choice was Rico tempting me and me saying I can't sleep with this kid. I decided to just make the selection, skip right past it to save me on some editing, because when I have to make that decision, it's her standing in front of me with half her tit hanging out, and I didn't feel like editing it just for that. So yeah. Now, we're going to continue, and actually I think it's all going to be the same material from here until the next choice. The next choice is going to be different. And I think the next choice that happens is we're going to wind up having sex with Elise. And then post sex with Elise, we have a decision to make about what she is to us. So that's what the next choice is going to be, and that's the one that's different. So I'm going to skip ahead to that point. Once again, to just save on editing and not repeat material as much as possible. So be right back. Alright, no getting around this one since it's a new choice. So cutting straight to an edited image here, but oh well. And our options are, you are the greatest masterpiece, you are human, you are more than human. And I believe the first time we did this, we just said you are human. This time, we are gonna say, you are the greatest masterpiece. Aw, Leiji, you so romantic. So, let me get into character here. You are the greatest masterpiece. Well, I thought about it a moment. If you grew roses in a vase, or perhaps lilies, or even if you poured wine from a vase, it doesn't change the nature of the vase, or the vase, if you will. Is that my body? Elise asked. I nodded in agreement. For her, this should be easy to understand. In other words, even though I have human memories, it doesn't change the fact that I am an android, Elise said. Right, but you are a wonderful masterpiece, I told her. Masterpiece? Elise said. Masterpiece Theatre? or Master Bates Theatre, eh? Yes? Haha, indeed. Elise questioned me, bewildered. You might have a cheap plastic vase, or you might have a genuine work of art, the result of a great deal of blood, sweat, and tears, I told her.
私がその芸術品なんですか?
Am I such a work of art? Elise asked. And an amazing one at that, enough to dispel my own trauma of androids. I know this very well after just holding you close to me, and having my penis inside your robot vagina. Elise's cheeks blushed. She smiled for a bit, then she got out of bed.
なんかさっぱりしました.
Sigh, I feel so refreshed, Elise said. Was I of some help to you? I asked.
ええ、これで気持ちの切り替えが楽にできます。何しろ私は芸術品ですから。
No, not at all. In fact, you were the worst lover I've ever had. I'm thinking of terminating you right now. I can solve all the basis problems on my own. You're just slowing me down. Wait, what? Elise, no! No, what she actually said was, yes, now I can get back to my duties. After all, I am a masterpiece, Elise actually said. She placed her hand over her breast as she laughed. With her uniform back on, Elise was just a regular girl again. I felt relieved. Her depression was gone.
大隅隊員、お願いがあります。
Is it... Are you asking me to suck my dick? My response is yes, you may. Her tone had changed from someone uncertain about her own existence to one that was more business-like. What is it?
私の制限事項を解除してください。破壊工作者が実力行使に出てきた以上、私の能力を最大限にまで引き出せるようにしておく必要があると思われます。
Elise continued to astonish me. Her abilities that I had witnessed thus far had still been under limitations.
このままでは私を普通の技術部官として見せかけるための制限が加えられたままで十分な活動が行えません。
What will happen if I release your limitations?
技術関係以外の全ての機能がアップします。
Such as your combat ability?
それもあります。
I knew that this wasn't the right time to do this, but just couldn't resist teasing her a bit. And sex? Eh? The sexy sex? Blood instantly suffused her face as she blushed furiously.
その機能に変化はありません。もっと真面目な話をしているんですからからかわないでください。
The cute Elise that I had seen a short while ago shine through for just a moment. Sorry, please continue.
はい。特に自由裁量の範囲が広がります。今の状態では直接命令されないと人間としての見かけの行動以外取れないのです。
I understand. You'll be able to take action without orders. You would be able to take the necessary action as you see fit.
はい。これは第一級命令者である大尉にしかできません。それも私が大尉が正常な状態であると認識している場合のみのことです。
I see. Did our sex have so much meaning attached to it? As unstable as I had been, I wouldn't have been able to release her limiters. It would help if you were able to judge things and act on your own as a genuine human being. Alright, what do I have to do?
一言で済みます。EL03 機能制限事項をすべて解除すると。
Okay, EL-03. Release all function limitations. Was that good enough? I can do it again. At my words, Elise stiffened, and so did my penis, and stopped moving for a moment. And so did my penis. Are you alright? Elise returned to normal before I could even finish my question. That's a bit rude.
シナプスサーキットモード変更および再接続完了。全システム機能制限解除。オメガモードに入りました。
Omega mode? There was no such mode in the lecture I had received. What kind of mode is that? Is it a sexy mode? You don't seem much different.
当たり前です。テレビの変身ものじゃないんですから。
Dawn. Elise laughed. A call came through from the terminal. Elise ran to answer it.
はい、トライアトです。
大隅隊はそこにいるの？
It was a call from the colonel. I'm here.
すぐ B4 ブロックの7番通路に行って、急いで。
With that, she cut the transmission. 7 in B4? I wasn't getting lost any longer, but I couldn't find my way there with only that. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is all gonna be the same.
私が案内します。
So... 2 seconds. Yeah, 16 minutes is what it says, but I'm pretty sure with all that cutting, it's way less than that. So... I might skip ahead a little bit to see where we go from here, and come back when I see something new. So, be right back. Alright, so here is our next choice. I didn't see anything new in the last scene, so just skipped straight to here. And we are gonna stroll around the base for a while. It's an irrefutable fact that the culprit is on the base. I didn't know who it was, but for some reason for someone using such ingenious methods, he's certainly left too many clues. What does that say? The clues were so vague and obscure, there's nothing to really put my finger on. Well, I'll just have to find some clues on my own. I'll start by taking a stroll around the base. There was no activity in the living quarters. Frequent technical problems, the incident in CIC, a shuttle explosion, and now a serial killer on the loose in the corridors. Even without all of this, the base personnel was kept to a minimum. Nobody would be wandering around in the current situation. After leaving the living quarters, I just wandered about from place to place like a hobo. I wasn't picking up any clues by just strolling through the base though. I knew that I probably wouldn't find anything. However, the situation might change if I walked around for a while. For example, the culprit might come after me. Alright, that was probably about the only thing that would happen this way. Still, I didn't meet anyone as I walked around. Not that it's too surprising, not when the population was so small for such a large base to begin with. Any technical staff would be out fixing the systems that were down, and the commanders would be on security duty. In other words, I wouldn't even find someone out running. If I met anyone here, it would be very suspicious. Okay, next choice, I am going to look around a little while longer. I couldn't find any clues, and I didn't meet anyone else. No new information. Well, since I've walked around this much, I might as well look around some more. In any cheap detective novel, the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime, just like how I seem to keep returning to this actual sentence. This time, though, we didn't seem to have any proof to confirm such a theory. Our culprit is certainly a real professional. A pro wouldn't go back to the scene, nor would he leave a clue there. Just the opposite, in fact. Anything we might find there could only lead to a wild goose chase. The framing of Elise just proves that. Whether or not the culprit knows Elise's true identity, he robbed me of my fuckable assistant. That was not just a delay, it was genuinely damaging to my sex life. I was getting impatient at not having had sex in the last 30 seconds. Still no clues, and no contact with the culprit. Just strolling about didn't bring me into contact with anyone. Or so I thought. Just then I heard footsteps and saw a figure approaching me. My tension rose, as did my penis. I undid the flap to my holster so I could draw my gun quickly. Well, the figure turned out to be Carla. I was just looking around. And what about you, Colonel?
私も各現場を視察して回ってるの。でも危険よ。一人で歩き回るなんて。あなただってターゲットにされる危険は高いんだから。
You might think that, but I have a secret weapon. It's called my penis. Actually, you've seen it repeatedly. And aren't you one too, Colonel?
大丈夫よ。これでも結構 優秀なコマンドだと自負しているんだから。
You just think you don't know? Well, that doesn't sound very confident to me. Carla smiled grimly.
自分の身くらいは守れるつもりよ。私の経歴は知ってるんでしょ。
Yeah, you were in and out of juvie all your teenage years. You're quite the hellion. She might be stronger than any commando on the base.
それじゃあ気をつけてね。
Alright. You too, Colonel. I was alone again after Carla had left. Well now, what should I do? Alright. Might as well give up and head back to my quarters. I didn't find any clues. And I didn't meet anyone suspicious. I didn't get any new information. It was a complete waste of time. Hey, what a waste of time. I decided to go back to my own compartment. I wasted a lot of time and didn't even acquire any new information. All I had was circumstantial evidence that led to Elise being taken into custody. If I made a wrong move now, I might wind up dead myself. I guess this means that I'll just have to wait and see what happens next. I was worn out after making out with Carla and Elise in succession. Should I call Rico? Hold it, Elise had said there might be drugs in the food supply. If that's true, I shouldn't be eating from the dust chute. What should I do? While I pondered this question, I heard a thump at my door. Jesus, Rico! Who the heck? I couldn't open the door confidently like I had before. I heard Rico's voice from the outside monitor. I relaxed immediately. I opened the door to see Rico sprawled on the floor. She must have run into the door or something. She was flashing her panties at me, as usual. Come on in, Corporal Rico Shinazuka. I don't know why I used her rank and full name. It just felt appropriate somehow. I stretched out my hand to help her up. I think we've seen this before. She looked like she'd smacked her nose. I let her enter my room. She sure has a knack of knowing when I come back to my room. She did mention that she was monitoring my coming and going, and my coming. I asked Rico about it. Is this what you're supposed to do as my support liaison? Again, you're speaking gibberish. In other words, she jacked into my circuits without my permission? She jacked me off without permission? What? What's going on? I don't understand. I'm sure glad she isn't the enemy. Then again, we don't know that for sure. I immediately drew my pistol and shot her in the face 97 times, just to be sure. Yes, keep speaking gibberish, because it's so helpful. So she came to fix me dinner, apparently. Yeah, we have seen this before, so I think I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Alright, next choice. We might actually get through this ending in one episode. And that, as we get to less and less new content, that may be how it goes for the remainder of the episodes. So now, the next choice we have to make, we got go to see Elise or go to Carla's office. And I think last time we did this... Oh no, we went to Carla's office then, too. Okay, so this may be old information once again, so here we go. First I'll check in with Carla. She might have a good plan of resistance plotted out. I hurried to the commander's ready room and hoped she was ready for me. I arrived in front of Carla's compartment. Colonel, sir, are you in? More importantly, are you out of your clothing? The monitor lamp came on. Okay. The door opened as Carla responded. Good timing. She couldn't mean she isn't wanting sex, is she? God, I hope so. No, we've already been here before. I already know this. Alright, so skipping ahead. Alright, and yeah, apparently the information kind of repeats even more, because now I'm once again looking around and some of the text was word for word from when I was looking around earlier. But anyway, next choice is look around a while longer. I couldn't find any clues. Yeah, see, it's all the same. So skipping ahead. Yeah, and I even randomly running into Carla again is the same. It's completely repeating itself within the same playthrough. That's kind of ridiculous. Okay, our conversation is slightly different though. Now I'm mentioning going outside and she said this. Thanks.
それじゃあ気をつけてね。
I won't. You too, Colonel. I was alone again after Carla had left. So, now what should I do? And it's the final choice to end in number 3. So yeah, I think this is going to be one episode to get to ending number 3. And it's time to check outside. I should worry about myself rather than everyone else. Colin and I both have our individual tasks. This seems very familiar. My assignment as Special Investigator here began when it became obvious that there was a sabotage occurring. I couldn't contact HQ, there'd be even more trouble if the enemy intercepted the transmission. Yeah, this is kind of the same, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, I think this is going to be the exact same ending as last time. So, yeah. Just with different choices to get here. That's really kind of lazy, game. Uh-huh. Who is it? Who's there? Nobody answered my call. And if we find Moretta all strung up again, I'm just going to cut it out completely because we've already seen it. I've already had to edit it before. Whatever. The floor rushed up to meet me, and I realized that I had fallen. My face was in a pool of my own blood. Once again, for the second time in a row. I shouldn't have relied so much on my right arm, or anything really. I started to lose consciousness. From the corner of my eye, it seemed like I saw a technical staff uniform. And there you go, ending 3. A miss is as good as a mile. Wow, that was kind of... I'm glad that this is definitely going to be all one episode. I'm going to trim the hell out of it, so it's probably not that long. Definitely not more than 20 minutes, hopefully. And, yeah, so one episode to get to ending number 3. Yeah, so next time, I guess we're going to go for ending number 4. These episodes, the rest of this series, might not take as long to get through as I thought it did. Or I thought it would. Because if a lot of the endings are just like this, I may skip them entirely. Or I may just do really quick, like do 3 of them in one episode to show you which choices I make. And that's it. But whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Eddie McDaniel. This has been Critical Point. And until next time, see yas.